This is a gentle evening yoga practice to help you soften, unravel and unwind at the end of your day. Bring along a pillow, blanket or folded towel and let's get started. So if you have a blanket with you today, I do invite you to fold it up and pop it underneath your knees, just to add a little bit of softness and comfort and love to our evening practice today. So take your time to arrive in your space and we'll begin together in a child's pose. So let's bring our knees nice and wide, take up this space, big toes together. And if you have a pillow, we can rest at our heads. So come on down. And allow your arms to rest over your pillow and your forehead to soften, melting down. Give yourself the time it takes to get cozy. If the pillow isn't working here for you today, that's okay. That's more than okay. You can adjust. Perhaps bringing the pillow underneath your belly can feel really nice. Or just place it to one side and come back to it a little later. And this practice is all about finding and holding and surrendering into the space of softening and relaxing. Bring the breath. On an inhale, let air travel deep down into your lungs. Let your belly rise, and as you exhale, sigh out through the mouth, softening the jaw. Let's go again. Inhale in deep into the lungs. Allow your belly to rise and exhale. Sigh out and let go. Just spend a moment here, quietening the body, quietening our mind. And then letting go of any control of the breath. Letting the breath just be as it wants to be. And I invite you to resist the urge of fidgeting, of moving. What happens if you stay for one breath more? And over time, you can allow the body, the breath and the mind to drop and drop and drop. You are exactly where you need to be. We'll take just one more breath. The biggest breath you've taken all day. Inhaling in through the nose. Exhale, can you well and truly let go? Good, let's start to twinkle the fingers, twinkle the toes. Keep the body as relaxed as can be, the mind soft. We'll start to press up onto all fours. If you've been using a pillow, you can just pop that to one side. Good. Bumping the hips very gently, very quietly from left to right. And by all means, if you feel happy to this evening, you can keep your eyes closed, just allowing the sound of my voice to guide you. Next time we bump our hips to the left, we're going to pause there. Looking over your right shoulder towards your right hip. And you have the option to rotate the wrist. So turning the fingers to point towards your knees. Soften. And then on an exhale, unravel the body, unwinding, coming back to all fours. Extend your right leg out behind you. Have a moment to stretch through the calf. Look forwards very gently. Take little baby steps if you need to. Bring your right foot all the way up in between the hands. You can slide the left leg further back if you wish. And today I invite you to stay up on your fingertips. So we really are giving ourselves space. And if it feels okay in the body, let's take a gentle rock from side to side. So staying up on the fingertips, but I'm putting my hands just outside of my mat. So I've really got a little space to rock and sway from left to right. Good. Soften back into center. You can bring your fingertips back underneath the shoulders. Lift the hips up slightly so you can walk your right foot towards your left hand. Grab your pillow or your prop, slide it underneath your pelvis. We'll sink into pigeon pose using our pillow or our prop to support us. You can bring your right foot further down towards your pelvis. Untuck your left toes. Inhale, roll the shoulders in towards the back, create space. Pausing for a moment here, really indulging in that lift up through the heart. And on an exhale, we soften and let go. Surrendering the upper body down and either bringing your hands together in Anjali Mudra. You can rest here, or stacking your palms on top of each other and bringing your forehead down. I just wish to gently remind yourself that this practice is all about creating space and letting go. So we don't need to push, we don't need to do more. In fact, it's quite the opposite. We're doing less. Can you ease off? Knowing that you are exactly where you're meant to be. Let's take one more breath. If the eyes have been closed, fluttering them open, coming up onto the fingertips, rolling up through the spine, and send your weight to the right. So you're coming onto your right butt cheek, bend both of your knees. If you've got a pillow underneath you, you can slide that out the way. Keep rotating round, and we'll come into this version of Janushasana. So we're going to have our right knee bent with our heel in towards our bum and our left leg extending out long. Sitting tall, palms down, big breath in. On an exhale, find a twist. Bring your left hand to rest on your right knee. Right arm comes up and overhead. And exhale, coming into this side opening. Again, we're not going too deep. We're keeping space in the body. We don't need to collapse down. Just here for a breath. And then lead with your right elbow, lifting yourself all the way up. Press your hands down into your yoga mat and turn to face your left foot. If you have a pillow, grab that. You're going to place that underneath your left knee. So you really are supported and your left knee is nice and bent. Sitting up tall, lengthening through the spine. Big breath in, open through the heart space, and exhale. Let that fold you forwards. And you're so supported here. You are so supported. Allow yourself to melt down, to surrender over that left leg. With every breath, can you let something else in the body go? Perhaps that's a thought. Perhaps that's the back of your neck, your belly, your hips. And let's slowly start to come up. And by slowly, I mean slowly. So do you take your time? Pop your pillow to one side. Come up onto all fours, facing the back edge of your mat this time. Bumping the hips from left to right. Connect back into your beautiful, beautiful breath. And next time your hips bump to the right, we'll pause there. Untuck your toes if they've been tucked. Look over your left shoulder towards your left hip. If you want to come into a wrist stretch as well, you can rotate your left wrist so your left fingertips are pointing towards your toes. One more breath here. And exhale, unraveling. Come up onto your fingertips. Take really baby steps, keeping it as soft as can be to find a low lunge. Hands are wide, creating space. And we can rock from side to side. And there's something so soothing, or something that can be so soothing in this rocking place. Good, lifting the hips up just a little so that you can slide your prop directly underneath your hips. Walk your left foot towards your right toes, opening out through that left knee and softening into pigeon. So you can ease off by bringing your left foot closer in towards your pelvis. And wherever you are, just making sure that that left leg is activated by flexing through the left foot. Have a moment here, opening the heart space. Big, beautiful breath in. And exhale, fold, softening down towards the earth. And either bringing your hands to Anjali Mudra, so palms resting together, or you can stack them up on top of each other and rest the forehead down. And wherever you are, you want this to feel easy. You want the breath to continue traveling freely around the whole body. So if you've gone too far, if the breath feels a struggle, you can ease off. And start to wriggle the tips of the fingers if the eyes have been closed, fluttering them open. If you've got a prop underneath you, sliding that out. Rolling over onto your left hip, bending both knees, helping yourself to bring your left leg around and extending your right leg out to the side. Palms down, roll the shoulders in towards the back, lengthen, sit up tall. Flex through the right toes. Exhale, find a twist. Bring your right hand across. Left arm up and over. Softening into a side opening. And again, just notice if you've If you're almost forcing a stretch, but just ease off, dial it down, tune in. Good, leading with your left elbow coming all the way back up, grabbing your prop so you can slide that underneath the right knee. Turning to face your right toes. Roll the shoulders in towards your back, lifting, lengthening. Exhale, your heart melts forwards towards the right thigh. Know that you are supported. Knowing, trusting, surrendering into letting go. Allow the eyes to soften, the gaze to turn inwards. And slowly starting to roll all the way back up. Stacking vertebrae on top of vertebrae, bringing the right knee back in, popping your prop to one side. Coming to sit in a comfortable cross-legged position. Planting your left palm down by your side with your fingertips pointing towards the back edge of your mat. Your right palm facing the side edge of your mat, and on an inhale, bend the left knee, bend the left elbow. I'm too relaxed. Bend the left elbow and straightening that right arm. Opening through the chest. Perhaps you come all the way onto your elbow, and perhaps not. Good, easing off, other side. Right palm down, fingertips facing the top edge of your mat. The left palm facing the side edge of your mat. And breathing into this opening, bending at the right elbow. And coming all the way back to center, palms down on your knees. On an inhale, guide the heart forwards, opening the chest. Exhale, rounding the spine, straightening the arms. 2 more times, bring the breath, inhale, heart forwards, lifting up through the chest. Exhale, rounding the spine, straightening the arms. 1 more time, inhale, belly forwards, shining the heart. Exhale, letting it go. Inhale, sitting up tall. And exhale, relaxing both palms in your lap. So we'll finish with a breath. We'll finish with Nadi Shodhana before we come to lie down onto the floor to truly let everything go. So I will guide us through this balancing breath as we go. So let's take an inhale in through the nose and exhaling out through the nose. Inhale in through the nose. Use your right thumb to cover your right nostril. Exhale out through your left nostril. Inhaling in through your left nostril. Using your pinky finger to close your left nostril, releasing your thumb. Exhale, right nostril. Inhale, right nostril. Closing your right with your thumb, releasing your pinky. Exhale, left nostril. Keep the cycle going. Inhale, left nostril. Closing the left nostril, releasing right. Exhale, right. Inhale, right. Close right. open left, exhale left. A few more times, inhale left. Sitting tall, closing left, open right, exhale right. Final time, inhale right. Closing right, open left, exhale left. At the end of this exhale, bringing the right hand down, keeping the eyes closed. Big breath in. Breathing out through the nose. We'll just pause here, just for a moment. Eyes can stay closed. Just noticing the breath, notice what is. And in a moment, we're going to transition to lying down, our final deep place of rest. And as you do this, I invite you to do it slowly and quietly and take all the time you need to arrive on your back. So if you haven't already, let's start to flutter the eyelashes open. And we can use all of our wonderful home yoga props around us to really support us and comfort us as we come to lie down. So if you've been using a pillow today, you can pop that underneath the head. If you've got a blanket, you can open that out and come to wrap yourself up. And as you come to lie down, allow yourself to wiggle it out. So take a few wiggles, and if you're not comfortable, for whatever reason, you can be true to yourself always, but if you're not comfortable, make yourself comfortable. Pop on a jumper, pop on a pair of socks, adjust your pillow, adjust your blanket, adjust your bum, your shoulders. Get your wiggles out so that we can soften, so that we can arrive into a place of stillness. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, consciously think about your jaw softening, the skin of your face relaxing. Let's do that one more time. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Skin of the face soft, jaw relaxed. And I'd like to move into what I call a body scan. So you don't need to do anything. You don't need to move the body. You don't need to change your position. And I'll call out a body part. And as I do that, can you really think about relaxing that body part as much as you can? And that's all you need to do. Closing the eyes. And let's begin with the feet. Softening the feet and the ankles, your calves, the backs of the knees, the tops of the knees, your hamstrings, and the tops of the legs. Allowing your bum, the back of your pelvis, to be as soft and squidgy as it can be. Allow it to truly relax and surrender into the earth. Softening your hips, your lower belly, your lower back. Can you allow the skin of your lower back to melt down towards the earth, really dropping it away. Softening your rib cage, your chest, and your heart space. The middle of your back and the top of your back. And you can imagine your heart pouring down, melting down into the floor. Softening both of your shoulders, your upper arms, your elbows, your wrists, the palms of the hands, the backs of the hands, and all of your fingers. Can you soften your throat, the back of your neck, your chin, your jaw, both of your nostrils, your earlobes? Can you allow the eyes to fall back into their sockets? Softening your eyebrows, your third eye, your forehead. Take a moment to feel the whole of your body, from the tip of your toes to the top of your head, softening into the earth behind you. Your body can melt downwards. Your breath just traveling how it wants to travel around the body. We don't need to control anything. And on your next inhale, I invite you to allow your breath to send a warm energy across the whole of your body. Breathing in, feel that warmth travel around, and exhale. The breath leaves, but the warmth stays. We'll take a final moment here together, just letting go, noticing how we feel, letting ourselves be exactly as we already are. And as we come to the end of our practice together today more than ever, I invite you to stay here for as long as you need to be, for as long as you would like. And when you are ready, we slowly start to twinkle the tips of our fingers and the tops of our toes, circling the wrists and the ankles, drawing one knee up and planting the foot into the earth, drawing the other knee up, planting the foot into the earth. Bring the palms of the hands together and the thumb to rest at the third eye. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your energy with me. I hope you have a beautiful and very restful rest of your evening. Namaste.